Alright, welcome back to another update video on me selling some puts and calls on the side for some extra income. If you're new to this series or my channel in general, please consider subscribing. That way you don't miss any future videos. You never know what we're going to talk about. We've been talking about things like Sofi, Tattooed Chef, which I've bought puts on in the past, and we talked about Starbucks earnings. We talk about Meet Kevin's thumbnails. So you never know what we're going to find. Hopefully you find it entertaining nonetheless. And also, I want to preface this video by saying the majority of my wealth is in different funds, whether it's index funds, ETFs, or mutual funds. So what I'm doing here is just a small portion of my portfolio. And what I do is I keep a spreadsheet when I sell puts and calls on different companies just to keep track how much I make or lose. Last month was a lose month. Last month, I think I lost about $160 some because I was trading put credit spreads and call credit spreads on SPY, and because of the volatility of that stock, I ended up losing some money that month, and it's not something I'm proud of. I'm probably not going to trade those kind of options for a while. I'm just going to let it cool down because I'm not very good at it. And so far this month, I made $91 in premium. For this line right here, Ford, I actually have to put a Y in the assign column because this particular put went in the money on Friday when it expired. And now I own 100 shares, as we'll see in a bit, of Ford stock. I also sold 2 Sofi puts, which haven't reached expiration, nor have I closed them yet. So they're still open as we speak. My goal is to make around $200 a month in premium, because that would be, as the portfolio stands right now, about 1% of the portfolio, maybe a little bit less right now. So as I mentioned, I was assigned 100 shares of Ford at a cost basis now of $13.50 because that's the strike that I sold the put at. And according to Meet Kevin's thumbnails and titles, Ford is going to go bankrupt. So I might as well just sell them now. Obviously, I don't think that, did they have the best quarter ever? No. But did they have the worst one either? Probably not. So what I can end up doing now, and it all depends on how the stock performs tomorrow, but if we look at Ford options and I went to sell a call on these 100 shares, I'm curious how much premium I could get for $13.50. So for $13.50, I wouldn't gain anything if I sold those shares, right? I wouldn't gain any capital, but I would gain this premium of $13 if it were to be in the money and I were to sell 100 shares at $13.50. And this kind of technique is known as the wheel, where you sell a put. If you get assigned, you then try to sell a call. And if you end up selling the stock, it kind of goes back to, okay, now I can sell another put. And it's called the wheel because it's a cycle of that. If I wanted to, I could get $5 in premium instead at a strike price of 14. And then if it hit the strike price and it went in the money and I sold those shares, I'd make $50 profit because I bought 100 shares at $13.50, sold 100 shares at 14. $50 profit is the difference. So in this case, I would make $55. However, we don't know if it's going to reach 14, right? If I knew that, I'd be all in on Ford right now and just make a quick buck, but that is another option nonetheless. And what I could do is I could keep selling calls farther out of the money and just collect the dividend that Ford provides me, because Ford does pay a dividend, 3.78%, as it states here on Robinhood. And if I wanted to, I could just keep selling calls, make some premium while collecting that dividend. But I'm going to see how the stock performs Monday and kind of base what I do options-wise on that. I do have some extra buying power, so maybe if I wanted to sell another put on Ford, I could do that, or sell some more puts on Sofi. But right now, those have been the 2 stocks that I've been selling options on. And then below, you can see I actually bought some puts, 2 on Tattooed Chef, which used to be up a lot more than they are today. They're only up 32% or $50. And there was a time where these were up over 100%. And these don't expire till April 21st, which is after their next earnings call. So I'm going to hold on to them till at least then, because I don't see their earnings call being too great. That's my own personal opinion. Don't take that as advice and follow me, because I could be totally wrong. They could somehow blow earnings out of the water, though I don't suspect that. Hence why I bought puts on them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's what I'm doing, selling puts and calls on the side for some extra income. My goal, like I said, try to make $200. So far, I think we're on track. And then anything over 200 is just a bonus to me. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with the strategy. So if you like this kind of content, stay tuned and hit subscribe. That way you can watch how this progresses in the future. And thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in a future video of mine.